Hey guys, my name is Cody and today we're going to be going through Australian Geographic's Eco Workshop, the Ultimate Transport Kit. So throughout this video, we're going to be going through each one of these transport kits here. So I'll be showing which areas and sections each one of those will fall in. So first of all, let's open up this here and have a look at what's inside. So first of all, we have these nice envelopes here, which include the resources to build each one, as well as the instruction manual. And we've also got a very nice screwdriver here. So without further ado, we're gonna go and pick one of them. So first of all, what we have here is the tank, my favorite one. Awesome. So we've got the instruction manual here, which includes a A3 style fold out of the instructions. So we've got the materials here, and we've got notes on needing AA batteries, and then it shows the process here, as well as including what's here, which is the battery pack, elastic bands, screws, and then a bunch of these pieces here, which will help for building that track effect on the tank itself, as well as we've got some axles here as well, and the motor, and a button system as well. And then on the back, we have the front page here, the wooden materials, assembly, understanding energy conversion, as well as fun facts and warnings. So without further ado, let's get into that now. So what we're going to do is we're going to just take these wooden pieces out of their frames. Alright guys, so now that we've just taken these out of their frames, what we're going to do is we're going to take these pieces here and then leave the rest to the side for the moment. So now what we're going to do is we're going to grab our motor, and we're going to grab this little cog here. So we're just going to put that on the motor itself, just like this. So nice and flat with the top there with the motor. And now what we're going to do is we're going to keep it up, so these flaps here, these tags are on the top, and we're going to want to connect it like so. So we're going to put the small one, this small circle here on the two dots here, this two dotted hole, and we're going to place that just like that. And now we're going to push it through here, and then we're going to grab this semicircle one and slide it on the back to keep the motor in place. And it should just look like this. So now what we're going to want to do is on the other end here on the back, we're going to grab the battery pack, and we're going to want to screw this in. So we're going to be screwing it in this direction, so it should just look like this with these two holes here in the middle. I'm going to put that like this. So the two holes should be on each far side. Just fit in there, just like that. So I'm going to screw that in now. So it should just look like this when screwed up. So next, what we're going to be doing is the wiring. So we're going to get to that now. So guys, after attaching the black wire, what next we will want to do is we want to attach this red wire to this button here. So we're going to screw it up here on these two holes here, just like that. And then we'll be attaching the second red wire here onto the other end of that button, and then connecting it to the motor. So that's what I'm going to do now. So guys, for the next step, what we're going to need is these pieces here. So first of all, what we're going to do is we're going to want to build this here and add it to this axle here. So we're going to put it on the inside. So we want this pop-out piece here to go on the inside. We're then going to slide it in just like this. We're going to adjust it. Once we've done that, what we're going to do now is we're going to grab this piece here and we're going to use this as the axle hole to put that stick through. So we're just going to push that in and then we'll push the other piece in as well afterwards. If this becomes troublesome, take off the orange piece here, like I'm doing, and what we're going to do is we're going to have the orange piece already in there, and we're going to push the axle through. Make sure it's nice and centered, just like this, and then we should be in the clear. Check that the gears are touching each other and working, and then, once that is done, we are going to add this piece in here on the other side to keep it all in place and together. So next, what we're going to want to do is we're going to be adding this wall here with these two underparts here, which are going to be to wall off this motor compartment area from the outside. And the two holes are going to be for the two wires for the button. So we're just going to push that there and make sure those wires are in line. Once we've confirmed that, just push it further in to make it nice and firm, and that should be good, just looking like that. So next, we're going to put this one here on the other side, and it should just look just like this. Firmly push it in now, just like that. Awesome. All right, next, what we're going to do is we're going to put the roof on. So we're going to put it on like this, which is this piece here. We're going to put that on top here. Nicely done. Once we have fully covered the box area, we're going to be adding these two pieces here, these ones here, and we're going to be putting it on the axle from either side. Wonderful. So it should just look like this. And then what we're going to be doing is we're going to start adding the base here. It's going to look like this. So it should just look like this so far. And now what you can do is you can screw in these two holes at the bottom here to make sure that the motor base for these two walls here on either side are nice and sealed shut. So that's what we're going to do now. I'm just going to grab some screws out and I'll be doing that. Awesome, so that's what it should just look like there. So guys, for next part, what we're going to be doing, we will be adding the rest of the axle wheels here down the bottom. So for each side, we're going to be using these smaller orange ones for each side here, whereas the big ones will be down here. And then also for building it, we're going to need an orange spacer. This way it stops the wheels gliding from side to side. So now that I've got those out, what I'm going to do is I'm going to be grabbing each one and sliding it down the axle. So that way we get right next to the wheel and add that extra space that's required between each two to make sure that it hits it quite firmly so they don't slide vertically or horizontally. Awesome, now that we've done those two there, what I'm going to do is just line these up a bit more. Wonderful. So guys, now what we're going to do is we're going to screw in all of these top pieces here. So I'm just going to speed that up and do that now. Awesome, so now that I've done that, what we're going to do is we're going to add the rest of the wheels here. So I'm just going to do that now. Awesome, so I've just done this here. So now what we're going to do is we're going to leave this on the side and we're going to start building the actual tank head itself. So we're going to start with this piece here and we're going to add this piece on the side. So it should just look like this. And then what we're going to do is we're going to be adding these pieces down here. So we're going to have one screw one, this flat one, and then another screw one at the top, just like this. And then we're going to add the other side. And we're just going to push them all in. So it should just look like this. And now what we're going to do is we're going to screw them in. Now that we've finished building this piece, what we're going to do is grab these two pieces here and slide them into each other. Just like this here. Awesome. So it should just look like that, and then we can just push them into each other. Zoom out. So it should just look like this as we've slidden in these two pieces here and we've finished building this piece here. So now what we're going to do is we're going to place it within the tank here. Awesome. And now what we're going to need to do as the final step is put the batteries in, which I have here, and then add the elastic bands around the wheels. Wonderful, and it should just look like this as a final result. Now what we're going to do is we're going to show you how this thing works from a side view. So I'll show you how that goes. Alright guys, and here's for test number 1. So that's the tank, guys. I'd say that it is pretty ferocious. Especially with its engine there, and when it rotates the tracks it's quite cool, and especially in natural terrain this thing could be very effective and would be very interesting to use. Alright guys, and next what we have is the Eco Workshop helicopter here. So as you can see in the instructions, I have this set up here with the materials, the assembly, understanding the energy conversion of the solar panel that will be attached to the top of the helicopter, which will then propel the motor, and then the instructions. So let's get right into it. So first of all, what I'm going to want to do is start taking out all of these wooden pieces out of their frame. So I'm just going to do that now. Alright guys, and now that we've just gotten that done, what we're going to want to do is grab the motor here and attach this gear piece here to it. So I'm just going to do that now. Alright, nice. So this is what it should look like. And now what we want to do is grab this piece in my hand here and push the motor through. Alright, nice. So it should just look like this. Now next what we want to do is grab this piece right here and we're going to place it and connect it to this motor piece. Then giving us this piece here where we will place, which we will place on the bottom. So far it should just look like this, and now what we're going to do is put the other side on here as well. And now what we're going to do is we're going to grab this piece here and start attaching these pieces here. So we should get something that looks just like this. So now what we're going to want to do is put it just like this, so it should just look like this, as we've slidden it in there. And we want to make sure that these are all placed in correctly. Now what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to grab these pieces here and place them on the bottom. These are considered the legs. After that's firmly put in and everything looks good, we're going to put the back leg on now as well. Cool. Once this is done, what we're going to do is straight away we're going to start adding these feet here. Lovely. So it should just start looking like this now. And now we're going to leave this to the side and start building the back wing. You can also place this piece here and attach it on the top of the helicopter. So now what we're going to do is we're going to grab this piece here, leave this to the side, and we're going to start attaching this solar panel here to it. We're going to take this plastic off and we're going to attach the sticky pads to the solar panel. Add the second one. Great. And then we're going to bring this back and we're going to attach this to it, just like this. Wonderful. Now it should just look like this for the moment. And now what we're going to want to do is essentially put it all together. So what we will do is we're going to attach the tail to the back here, slide it in and do it from the top. Once that is done, what we're going to do is we're going to start doing the wiring as well. Put this to the side. And now we're going to get to the wiring. So first of all, what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to grab these and twist them as we're slowly removing the excess rubber, the excess wiring casing, and do it for the black one as well. Now what we're going to do is we're going to attempt to wire these two together. So what I'm going to do, so you can just use scissors or other equipment. You can use it to remove some excess rubber from the actual motor connection, and that way we have enough wire to put on here and twist them together. This way it's an easy way for them to interconnect with each other. Awesome. Once we've got enough, which that looks like we do have enough, we can twist this piece as well, and then we can connect them together for the red wire as well. And then what I'm going to do is I'm also going to grab these pieces and put them in the back. I'm just going to funnel them through the inside of the helicopter, as that will be a good placement for the wires to not get anywhere near. We just want to make sure we can get as much in there as possible. That way it looks way more managed and cleaner. Awesome. And then once we've pushed them through, I'm just going to push them back inside of the helicopter. That way they are less visual. Awesome. I just twisted them in. Cool. So now the wires aren't in the way and we have completed this build. So now let's take it out and have a look at how it goes. Alright guys, so next we have the plane here. So now let's have a look at the instructions. So first of all, we have the understanding of the batteries controlling the motor here. Got the materials list, fun facts and warnings on the back. And then we've also got the instructions and the mechanical materials here as well. So let's get right into it. Now what we're going to do is I'm just going to take out all of these pieces here. Alright guys, so now that we've taken out all of the wooden pieces out of their frames here, what we're going to do is first of all we're going to grab this piece here and we're going to attach two of these guys at the front here. So that's what I'm just going to do now. I'm just going to push them all the way through, so you do see some part here at the bottom. And then next what we're going to do is we're going to grab this piece right here and we're going to attach it on the bottom here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to start screwing them right away. Awesome, so now it should just look something like this right here. And now next what we're going to do is we're going to flip it upside down and we're going to push in these two pieces here. But first of all, these two pieces here actually. So this piece here and then this one here. However, in the middle we're going to use this piece here in between. And we're going to just screw these all together as well. So that's what I'm going to do now. So now what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to grab this piece here and put this on top and then screw it in. Awesome, so that should just look like this so far. And then next what we're going to do is we're going to flip this guy over. We're going to start getting out our wheels. So we've got our wheels right here, and what we're going to do is we're going to want to grab these guys here and put them in the back here, first of all. Second of all, what we're going to want to do is grab our axles here and here, these two here, and we're going to grab these pieces here, and what we're going to do is put the wheels on the outside. However, where you will also need these in the middle, so we're going to push it through one side here and keep the orange pieces in the middle, and then what we're going to do is flip it around, put another one on, and what we're going to just do is push these through and then split these guys just like this, and then we're going to put the rubber pieces on our wheels like this. And now it's time to attach our wheels here. So I'm just going to push them onto each other at the same time until they're both attached. Wonderful. And now we're going to attach the small one as well. So what we want to do is push this in first, and then I'm just going to use this flat board here and use it as a way to push through the wheel, as there is a rather large amount of resistance when it comes to it. So I'm just going to push down until the wheel gets into the middle. Perfect, just like this. And now I'm going to reattach these pieces and fit the wheel in between. Wonderful. So it should just look like this. Now I'm going to just screw these pieces right here. Awesome. Once that's done, we'll do the other one. Wonderful. And it should just look like this. So now that we've done this, what we're going to do is we're going to grab the motor here and this piece here. And what we're going to want to do is screw drive this motor, this battery pack here, to the actual plane. But first of all, what we'll do is we're going to attach this battery pack to the motor itself. So I'm going to twist the wires here. Wonderful. So it should just look like this. And now we're going to connect each one to each other. So what we'll be doing is we're going to be connecting red on this side and black on the other side, so that they will be twisting over each other. Awesome, so it should just look like this. And now what we're going to do is we're going to put the motor in first, might as well. So we're going to just slide that in, just like that, and then we're going to screw drive the motor onto here. To fix the balance, I might push this back a little bit. Wonderful, and once that's done like that, what we need to do now is start attaching the final other pieces. So I'm going to grab this piece here and attach it here. I'm going to grab this piece and try and connect it to this here, so up here. And what we are going to need to do is we're going to need to screw up these two panels together. Awesome, and there we have it. So now what we're going to want to do is add this propeller here, and then we also have this cap here. I believe this is a spare piece, so I would ignore this and move it on. But now what we're going to do is we're going to push this on, so. And it should just look like so. And then what I'm going to do with the cables is I'm just going to pull them down here. That way they're not necessarily in vision. Awesome. And that's what it should look like. So I'll be turning this on now, and I'll give you a side view with the batteries in of how it moves. Alright guys, and now that we've got it done, now we're going to test it out and see how well it moves. So let's check it out. Alright guys, and for the final one we have the off-road car here. So what we've got inside is the understanding of energy conversion again, the wooden materials, we have some fun facts and warnings on the back here, we have the mechanical materials here, and then we also have the instructions themselves. So that's what we're going to do first. So what we're going to do, first of all, what we're going to do is we're going to grab all of the wooden pieces here, leave this to the side for now, and we're going to now first of all take all of these pieces out of their wooden frames. Alright guys, so now that we've taken these materials out of their frames, what we're going to do is move them to the side, and first of all what we're going to want to first do is start using these pieces here, and we're going to want to build this axle here first. So what we're going to do is have the teeth facing the inside. I'm going to just use a wooden piece here and use it to help push this down instead of damaging my table. So it should just look something like this here. And now what we're going to want to do is put this down, and we're going to want to grab this piece right here. We're going to grab both of them and leave them like that. And what we're going to do is we're going to push it through here. I'm going to actually push it a bit more. That way I've got plenty of space for this wheel here. And we can still use this spacer here. Now what we're going to do is push this wheel in so it's nicely connected there. Perfect. And now what we're going to want to do is get the other side here, lay it face down, and we're going to get the other axle here, connect this one, push that in here, and then what we're going to do is we're going to grab this and push it through on both ends, just flat down, and connect each of the wheels on the other end. However, we need to make sure that these are the same, so we're going to do it like this. We also actually want this gear piece to be on the back. So what we're going to want to do is remove this wheel again, not even actually. We're going to take this piece off and attach it to the back end here. Get rid of this spacer and put it on the other one. And we're just going to move the whole system onto the back here. Just like this. And then we're going to place this piece here. So it should just end up looking like this, and we can space out these wheels just by twisting them a bit to give us some extra space. So it should be relatively good like that. And now what we're going to want to do is try and line up these pieces here, push them in the back of this piece that we have. Wonderful. So it should just look like this. And now what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to get to the next step, which is going to be adding on these pieces on the side here as an extra detail. Wonderful, just like that. And it should start slowly coming together now, like this. We're going to want to grab this piece right here, and we're going to grab the battery pack and the double-sided tape pieces here. And what we're going to want to do is connect this battery pack here to this base plate. And it should just look something like this. Now what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to grab the motor itself, and we're going to connect it. So what we're going to do is we're going to have black on this side here and red on this side. So first of all, we're just twisting each one. So I'm going to do that for the red one as well. Wonderful, so it should just look like this. And now next what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to remove one of these sides here and put this on the top here. So I'm going to just do that now. And now what we're going to want to do is push the motor into this hole here. And what we're going to do is we're going to put the orange gear head piece onto here, and we're going to detach this like so. And what we're going to do is we're going to want to connect this piece like this, like so, into here. If it does not fit, push the motor down until it can, and it should just look like this. And now we're going to reattach it all back to the car frame. Now I'm just pushing them all in, and that should look perfect. Now you need to look here and make sure that the gears are turning. That means that they're connected. Wonderful. So now the next step is to start adding these other pieces here at the front. So what we need to do is make sure that we have the detailed side facing forward, and we're going to want to attach all of these pieces, making sure that these are slid in like so, and then also this piece here is also attached. I'm going to split this open a little bit and then make sure that it can push itself through. So I'm just going to go to the side and adjust as necessary until I get it in like this. Wonderful. And now what we're going to want to do is start adding these other final details here. So we have this piece here, so we're going to face it downwards on the front. It looks like so. And then we've got this final piece here, which we can use, that gets attached at the front here, but I need to flip it around. So what I'm doing now is I'm just aligning this like so. However, it does still not reach. Because of this, I'm going to use this convenient gap here on the side as a way to fit the wires through on the back. And it should just look like this. Wonderful. I'm going to attach this piece here. Wonderful, just like that. And now we have the final piece here, which we can place at the front. And that finishes up our build here. So this is what it looks like. So guys, now that the build is fully done, what we're going to do is we're going to add all of these screws in, and then after we'll see how it works. Mention about the back wheel here, which is an off-road accessory piece. So what we're going to do is we're going to come under the back here. I'm just going to find my way into pushing that in. So once I've placed that in like so, I'm just going to push it all back together now. And now we're going to do the screwing. Alright guys, and here you have it. This is the four-wheel driver, and it looks pretty awesome. So now what we're going to do is we're going to test drive it and see how it goes. Alright guys, this is the off-road car here. So let's turn it on and see it in action. Alright guys, and that was the ultimate transport kit from Australian Geographic's Eco Workshop. Thank you very much for watching guys, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave us a comment in the and check out the description for more of our videos, or within these two buttons on the side. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please leave me a subscription, let me know how I went, and have a great day.